paper makers are really prompting our imaginations lately. There's an abundance of craft supplies and craft papers featuring really darling tribal themes. You've got arrows, feathers, patterns like chevron and Aztec. Ali Dosdal finds them a great fit for Thanksgiving. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I am great, and minus the colds. Thanks for your patience with that. I am like smitten with this whole color theme, this whole approach to the topic, and I almost feel a new surgence of paper projects coming on with this theme.
Yes, definitely. The tribal theme is kind of just permeating everything. You find it in home decor. There's baby, tribal baby nurseries. There's, textiles, clothing, jewelry, everything. So it always spills over to paper crafts. So you're going to find a lot of pattern papers and different elements in the paper craft industry that have this tribal theme right now.
So how have you made the tribal theme fall? How have you fallified it?
That's great. It actually works perfectly with fall because it's got those earthy tones and those natural textures, the wood, the leather, the burlap that just fit perfectly into the fall feel.
Well, the first question I asked Ali this morning is, how would you describe this color scheme? Because the colors you've pulled in and the way you've arrayed them together, I'm totally just in love with this whole palette. What would you call it?
I think it's kind of like an autumnal tribal color palette. That's kind of what I went for. First, I like to keep things simple. I'm not about going crazy, so I just decided, you know what, I'm going to keep my fall decor up.
Yes.
What I've already got there, and I'm just going to throw in some details that harken to that tribal theme.
Okay.
So I went with a favorite color palette. You've got your yellows and oranges and things, and a couple of blues thrown in there, but I went with a terracotta color and then kind of a muted turquoise to kind of get that southwestern tribal feel, and just mixed it all together. So.
Oh, it almost echoes and harkens to the fall leaves, like you talked about, that arching wreath that you have here. Let's break down this project, though. We talked about the color scheme, which I'm going to take a picture of this. I'm just going to copy every color you use. But how did you assemble this banner display?
So this is a wall hanging, so easy. I went out to my yard to the wood pile and just grabbed a branch, and then I cut a bunch of triangle shapes in the different colors and stitched them together with my sewing machine. Okay. So easy. And then I tied them on, and there you go. It's really easy. Same thing with these.
That branch has the perfect curve to it.
Yeah, that brings in the natural feel.
Stitch this longer banner together, and just when I think we're done with banners, or we've seen all there is to do with banners, something about the way you've layered these feels fresh and new to me.
Yeah, this is kind of different. And then I just went with some strips right here. You can do strips. You can do this with chevron shapes, anything. This sort of harkens to the arrowhead thing in the tribal theme.
Oh, right, with the triangle shape.
With the triangle shape.
Well, that sets the backdrop perfectly. Let's get to some of these more detailed projects. Can we talk about the teepees?
Yes.
These are so cute.
These are so fun. So these are simple to make. They're just triangles, basically, with a little haircut off the top.
Okay.
And you tape them together, put some skewers or sticks and little dowels inside, add the feathers. The feathers are a great way to just add that tribal feel, just a little detail. Like if you take a look at these pumpkins, these are left over from, these were on my porch since September. Right?
Nice.
And they went through Halloween, so now they're going through Thanksgiving, and all I did was just give them a little tribal makeover with some feathers and beads and a little bit of natural jute twine.
So the jute holds it all together, you string the beads, and just paper feathers with kind of some ruffled edges.
Yeah, and you can make these with your electronic die cutting machine, or you can just hand cut them out. There's probably patterns online, I'm sure, if you Google it.
Normally when crafty, creative geniuses like yourself say, oh, you could freehand it, I think, yeah, right. But this is actually a shape I think I could pull off.
That's not a hard shape to cut. So.
And I'm thinking every family, every house seems to have a space where they put that Christmas village.
Right.
Come December.
Yes.
This is almost like the autumn version, the Thanksgiving version of Christmas village.
Yeah, this could go right on your entryway table to invite your guests in, and it can continue on into your dining room. Like we've got here, I put names on the feathers. So these are your place cards for your guests at the Thanksgiving table. So. Yeah.
I'm putting you on the spot here. Do you know this paper line?
Yes. This is the Wildflower collection from We Are Memory Keepers.
It's beautiful.
It's one of my favorites, and there's a lot of other ones out there too. That's just a really popular theme right now, so it's easy to find tribal patterns.
Well, you promised it was easy. You're going to show us just how easy it is to fold up a teepee.
Yes. Okay, so you can do this by hand, again, just cutting triangles, straight lines, easy. But I used one of my favorite paper crafting tools. This is the banner punch board from We Are Memory Keepers.
Which when these came out, I was kind of skeptical, like, do we really need a punch board as one more tool in the craft room? But you reach for this a lot.
Oh, I do, yeah. And these are like one of our most popular items, at We Are Memory Keepers. So this is great because it cuts 3 different banner shapes. Like if you see this banner down here has got the flag shape And that actually, if you look at the bottom, I've layered that with 2 colors, and so you get that chevron look at the bottom there as well.
Which again, chevron, another pattern, another example of a pattern I thought might be like on its way out, and now I'm in love with it all over again.
It comes back. It's classic.
With this trend.
Yeah. So then you can get your triangle or pennant shapes, and you can also get a crest shape, which sort of looks like your back jeans pocket kind of a shape. So
good description.
So let me just show you how to do this really easily. And I cut all of these triangles. I cut with this board, so it's super versatile.
One little tool can do a lot.
Yes. So you're going to slide your paper in up to the number 6, because I did 6-inch triangles.
And what size teepee are we making for this?
The small ones. This one I didn't do with the board because the board only goes up to 8.5 inches, and I wanted 12 inches. So that one I cut by hand.
Okay.
But you can go all the way up to 8.5 inches. Then you're going to take your blade, you're going to put your little notch right in the track there, pull down, and do the same thing on the other side.
Something about that sound, I love it.
I know, right?
I just love it.
Slicing that paper, and it's perfectly straight. Okay, and you're going to get the same size and shape every time.
Yes.
Then we're going to grab our scissors and just trim off about 1 inch from the top.
And I always point out when our creative geniuses are using the Nate Berkus Target scissors, because that's the mark of a true creative brain.
A DIY girl. Okay, so then we've just taped these together with some masking tape.
And just in kind of a circular.
Yep. And I used the paper that doesn't have the pattern on the back, but you can use either one.
And I noticed you didn't mix and match your patterns. You kind of kept it all uniform.
Yeah, they're all uniform, but you could do a different pattern on each side if you wanted to. And then we're just gonna put these together.
Oh, hold on, where did you place the sticks before I let you fold?
Oh, just on the seams, good question. Right on the seams of where the 2 pieces meet, the corners.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I would put those in before I shut this, but I'm gonna just do this so you can see how it works. And then we're just going to push those together.
When I was in preschool, my preschool teacher, Mrs. Krakus, she had full-size teepees out in the back for us to play with.
Yeah.
And this is making me think of that childhood.
Exactly. Yeah, elementary school, the Native American headdresses and all that stuff. So, now this is a 5-point teepee, so this is going to be a little different, but you can do 4, you can do 3, whatever you want to do, and you'll add a stick. Of course, I didn't take time to do it, but you'll add a stick on each of those seams.
And just with tape?
Yeah, just with tape.
And then the stick becomes kind of the pole for all of your accessories, the feathers and the beads.
Yes. So I've tied the twine right on top to hold those sticks together, and then again added the beads and the feathers.
Look how pretty the gold plays against these.
Yes, that was one thing I meant to point out, is that to kind of get you into that holiday season, you can pull those little gold accents in along with this color scheme, just to kind of give a little nod to the coming holiday season.
Allie, I love this whole idea, so thank you so much. I'll pass that off to you.
Okay.
And you conveniently, appropriately matched your theme today.
Well, yes, of course.
Which we appreciate as well, always in the details. Hey, you have some fun things coming up on your website for Christmas.
I do, yes. Every year, starting December 1st, I do a Christmas countdown, a crafty Christmas countdown, and I have giveaways and gift ideas, handmade crafts for Christmas. So
looking ahead, a lot to look forward to.
Yes, come by and visit.
Allie, thank you. We appreciate it.